What's going on, guys? It's the Music Marketing Mafia back at it again with another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can tell if a Spotify playlist is good or bad overall, just for your vibe, your brand, and if the playlist is legit or not. So first off, we're going to start with the branding. If you're doing the playlisting pitching yourself, there's a couple things that you want to go and think about. There's not going to be 100% specific playlist for every last part of your song. Like you're not going to get like indie rock bands here. Yes, there's a lot of those out there, but you're going to have to kind of open your search parameters a little bit more. You're going to have to get a little bit more creative. You're going to have to add a couple, a little bit outside of your boundaries. But it's really important that you know, some other vibes and some moods for your songs. Because some of the playlists are named by mood. Some of them are named by vibe. Some of them are named by the season of the weather. There's a lot of things that go into it. So I would sit down with your song and write down, all right, it's a feel-good summer rock song. And then you can kind of, you can even use the thesaurus to kind of get a couple more options off of that. And with that, you're opening up your options to many more playlists, which will allow you to then pitch to different playlists. Obviously, it's up to the playlist discretion if the song fits, but you're giving yourself more of a chance, which is, in the end of the day, what we want. The next thing that we kind of run into, though, is that a lot of Spotify playlists nowadays are botted, and you're going to get botted streams, which is not good for your song. There's a couple of websites and analysis tools that you can put in, and none of them are 100% accurate, but it will kind of give you in the right direction, like when the playlist started, did they have a gradual growth, other artists on their songs, a lot of good stuff like that. I'll probably make an actual in-screen video of that for you guys later on, but there's so much that goes into playlisting now that if you're doing the pitching, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult. You have to spend the time, because if they're not in your direct network, you have no idea who, runs it, what they're giving your song. They can bot it, it can get taken down. There's a million things that could go into it, so you just got to be careful that you're spending the time, which kind of leads me to my next point. Yes, you could go through a company, because a lot of these companies have targeted playlist curators that they work with over and over and over again, and then you don't really have to do the work. I mean, yeah, your song needs to be good. A lot of stuff's still going to go into it, but you're not doing as much because the playlisting is being paid to do that. So I recommend sitting down and kind of developing a plan. If you make a spreadsheet, you can add in some of your stats, and then you can kind of go back. And the other good thing is, too, about Spotify playlisting is that once you kind of get the contact information and do the so-called dirty work, you can then go back for your next song and go bam, 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 bam. I have all these contacts. I did all the work before. And then you can just hit them all back up. Again, playlisting is give and take what you're going to get out of it. I still think there's some benefit to it. I'm not sure how much time you should be investing and wasting your time into it, but I think there is a lot of beneficial that can come out of it. I still recommend it to a lot of my clients. Maybe it's not our 100% number one way of marketing, but I always think it's going to hold some type of place in Spotify's heart. So it's definitely important that you understand how to go about deciding if the playlist is right for you, because at the end of the day, if your song does not perform well algorithmically, you're going to start running into problems. I really hope that this was a beneficial video for you guys. I've talked about playlisting a lot. I'll probably continue to talk about it, but for now, that's all we have for this episode. Keep dropping those comments. Let us know if you have anything else.